How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Gamer's Den. Today, we got our first villainous entry.
Leo behind the camera again.
And we've got Draconis here once more to start out our Disney villain bar. That's right, we're going to be looking at some of the worst, some of the most heinous villains in business. Before we could do that, we got to look at their henchmen. As Magneto once said, in chess, the pawns go first. So I've got here...
The henchmen are always the Expendables.
I'm sorry, but they're worse than the Expendables. Bah! To those who get that joke. So we got 10 of the worst, of what I consider the worst henchmen, based on their evil morality and everything. Now, a couple criteria to make it on this list. First off, you're only looking at Disney animation pictures. So no Roger Rabbit, unfortunately. Sorry, Judge Doom. Nothing bought by Disney, so no... Pixar, unfortunately, there's no Pixar villain henchmen on here, none of which I think are memorable. And no Marvel, no Star Wars, nothing like that. Just pure Disney animated features. So, to start things out, we got number 10, Maleficent's Crow. I do believe it's Diablo. And the reason he's ranked so low on our list, unfortunately, live action movies. He's actually really cool. And honestly, I didn't really consider him a bad guy in the first one. He was just a spy.
Yeah,
that was it. He didn't really do much evil, except maybe tell Maleficent where Aurora was, but that was about it. There really wasn't anything evil, and the movies didn't exactly help that much. Next up is number 9, LeFou from Beauty and the Beast, and Doug. For those of you thinking I'm talking about the animated show, yeah, no. Doug Funny is not the one I'm talking about.
He wasn't exactly evil.
Yep. The character's name is Doug Ramses. He's from Zootopia. Now, who am I talking about? Think of the Breaking Bad reference. If your kids don't know what it is, go ask your parents. They'll understand it.
It's the sheep.
Yep.
Well, to be accurate, it's the sheep that was in what appeared to be a hazmat suit.
Right. That was a reference to the show Breaking Bad. Now, the reason I ranked them on this list at all is because these two do go along with the plans. I mean, but the reason I rank these both together is because they're not too bright, but at certain times they do have a little bit of smarts.
Good.
And a little bit of cunning. LeFou, being who he is, I would rank him a little bit lower than Doug because of the movie. Again, he does switch sides apparently, which is weird. That was weird. But Doug, let's face it, just for that Breaking Bad reference alone, yeah, he's on here. Number 8, Facilier's friends on the other side, and Shadow, and his Shadow for Princess and the Frog.
Well, he wasn't exactly the nicest guy either.
Oh no, oh hell no.
I got friends on the other side.
You're gonna get us copyrighted by Disney.
No, we don't got the music with it. I just sang one line.
Right. Now, the character...
I don't think one line's going to get us copyrighted.
I really don't think his friends on the other side are really... They're more of his boss, but I figured I'd put them on here just for general purposes.
I'd say his Shadow's more like the henchman.
Right. The partner. We're doing a little loosey-goosey with this one, but technically, yeah, they're considered... They're not considered the main bad guy, so naturally... Now...
Honestly, his friends on the other side act more like loan sharks and mob bosses.
Accurate, very accurate. But his Shadow, oh yeah.
Because he didn't give them what they asked him for. He didn't return the payment, so they took his life instead.
Yep. Now, the reason I put these guys a little bit higher on the list, well, let's face it. It's an evil Shadow and a bunch of basically voodoo gods. I'm sorry, but that's pretty damn evil in and of itself. Next is number 7, Sheriff of Nottingham. Now, if you don't know who that is, watch Disney's Robin Hood. Or any Robin Hood for that matter. Sheriff of Nottingham, in this version, steals from a little rabbit kid. That's not cool. Is that not evil? Stealing a coin from a kid's birthday?
I mean, I would assume so.
I mean, I can't see anything more evil.
What about a baby?
This is fair.
Stealing candy from... It's the equivalent of stealing candy from a baby. That's why I rank him on here and not, well, Sir Hiss or any of the other guys. Mostly because they're too easily dispatched, and they don't really have too many lines. And Sir Hiss, he's called Sir Hiss. Like he said, what you knocking off? You fucking up the joke.
I gave him the thumbs up for it.
Slides it around and holds him up. What could be more evil?
And why do I think I'm gonna be the one that's getting shafted around here?
Hey, relax. Hey, relax. The sword was still in its sheath.
I'm not gonna stab you, trust me.
Yeah, the ferret's the one you're more likely to worry about with that.
Now, next up is number 6. Lock, Shock, Battle. These, if you guys don't know who these characters is, these are the little
I didn't
trio
feel
of
like they were
trick-or-treaters. Well, they started out evil, and if you play the game, Night Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, they sew him back up and put him back together.
Yeah.
By the end of it, they do seem like just little kids.
They just kind of want chaos. That's what they want.
Right. So these characters
And just like
are
any
all-
other little kid.
But that's
Yeah,
why they're not in our
fair.
top 5. That's why they're not in our top 5. They are a little more evil because, let's face it, them trying to... Their song from the film, Kidnap the Santa Claus, oh yeah.
That's
These kids have
That's
some
hilarious.
messed up jokes.
Yeah, but again, they're kids. Chaos is the thing with kids.
Yeah, but these guys take it to a whole new level.
The chaos is what's stitching
they're-
them together.
I mean, they're Oogie's boys. They're Oogie's boys.
You know, it's funny. I always thought one of them was a girl.
Yeah, Shock is a girl.
The which one?
Or not?
I was right.
Yeah, that's her name. Shock. She's got that shock of hair.
Shock and barrel.
Locke is the leader. He's a little devil dude, and Barrel.
I was confused by that because you kept referring to them as boys.
Well, that's what they always call them. And Shock does act more tomboyish,
she's
but you can tell from her voice and and she's in a dress. And she's literally dressed as a witch.
Well, yes.
Trap.
At that age.
It's entirely possible.
Everything is a trap until it's not a trap.
Yeah, but she is considered a female. And within
Case in point.
from Night Before Christmas's canon, she is considered a chick.
Oh, yes. But
so-
case in point, to anybody who gets this, you remember Felix?
Yes.
Which one? The cat? Felix the cat? You
Different
notice-
Felix.
Definitely Felix.
Right. They're anime. I'm old school cartoons.
I was gonna say Hideyoshi, but you know.
Oh, yes, Hideyoshi too.
Yeah, poor guy. He even says
He's
"I'm
got
the
his own
guy."
bathroom.
Yes.
He's got his own
And now
gender
you know why it's
bathroom.
called Disney Villain Month. I'm getting railroaded around here. Classic villains.
It's easy to get railroaded when we're talking about anime.
I'm still trying to get him to watch more.
Let's get back on track, boys. Let's get back on track.
We're only
Back
7
on
minutes
track.
into this.
What we got?
Well,
we got
8
number
minutes.
5, Lucifer. Now this guy,
Oh yeah.
anybody? Now I'm not talking about the devil. Not this time. I'm talking about that stupid fat ass cat from the Cinderella franchise. This guy, the reason why he's ranked up a little higher is because I think he takes a little too much joy in his job.
I mean, he's supposed to catch mice and rats.
Yeah, but he's doing it a little. He's taking a little too much joy. And even when he's really small in the third movie, underrated Jim, in my opinion. Yeah, he's still a force to be reckoned with. And
I didn't even realize
he's
they
a-
made 3 of the Cinderella movies.
Well,
Sass, I don't think he's even a cat.
Lucifer is a bit. Yeah, this is.
I
Cat.
think
Yeah,
Sass
this
doesn't
is,
think
this
so.
is Scott. This is
Draconis.
Draconis. Sorry, my memory is a little off today.
I know. You should just twist your head back on.
No, he
We're
needs to
talking
find
about
where his
villains.
he needs to find where his brain wandered off to.
Let's face it,
Yeah.
guys. We're talking about villains. I'm more of the hero type.
Really?
I'm really good. I'm.
You
really,
act more like a villain most of the time.
I may have villainous tendencies, but let's face it. But, and that might actually. I got an idea. Don't worry, guys. You'll find that out soon. But
And we'll be finding out sooner.
Let's move on. Number 4, Griselda. Now, if you don't know who that is, that
Bummer
is
if you don't see him
that's
next time, we know what
Cinderella's.
happened.
One of
This
the
is
stepsisters.
one of those evil stepsisters. Now, why did I not put both of them? Well, Anastasia goes good. So, unfortunately, she had to be kicked off the list.
I don't know if you consider that unfortunate, really.
For this list, it kind of does. If you want to get on the list, Villains Henchman, unfortunately, you can't go good. That's a good reason not to be on the list. I just put Melissa's Crow on here for reasons that I don't really want to get shafted by Disney. Or Disney fans, I should say. But yeah, Griselda not only is mean to
anyway.
Cinderella, but is a
Oh, undoubtedly.
downright terrible person to her sister. No. Just watch watch the second and third film, and you'll know what I mean. Next up, we have a 5-way tie for number 3. Flotsam and Jetsam.
5.
Flotsam and Jetsam, those eel dudes that are Ursula's henchmen, and Cloak and Dagger, as well as Undertow, the 2 manta rays, and the he's a piranha for most of the film, but he's actually supposed to be a shark. Throughout Little Mermaid 2. Huh?
Funny, I think he's confused.
Who?
You said he was supposed to be a shark.
Oh, magic mumbo
voodoo
jumbo
shit.
and everything.
Yep, he's confused.
And everything. He goes from shark, poof, he's a piranha now.
Yeah.
He's useless until the end of the film. Then he's a shark again. And they got to deal with that. Everything gets really bad. Man, put that thing somewhere else. Now, the reason I put all these guys together at once is because, well, they kind of serve the same function. Flotsam and Jetsam talk, but are twin
That's the kitties.
and go along with the plan. Cloak and Dagger are the twins, and Undertow is the mouth. Let's face it, these guys are sort of similar, and they serve pretty much sister characters, so that's why they're on here.
The mouth. Does that mean he talks too much?
Probably.
No, he just shoots his mouth off and gets his ass handed to him.
He shoots his mouth off. I thought that was Elmer Fudd with Daffy Duck.
Funnily enough, they're taking away the guns from Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd. But they're giving them more creative weapons to use now. I think it might actually work. I'll have to show you guys that later. Don't worry, guys. I think it's a terrible thing to do, but at the same time, I'm okay with it too. Gives the riders a little more freedom.
Shoot him now! Shoot him now!
Axe.
You're asking him you've received.
Yep. Number two is probably 2 of my favorite henchmen, Horace and Jasper. Cinderella or
Wrong movie there,
wrong
buddy. You're
movie,
thinking
wrong
101 Dalmatians.
Yep, sorry, wrong movie. They can go along with Cruella de Vil.
Catch
Probably
your-
one of my favorite villains.
I think they'd be really, really out of place if they were in another movie.
I think you needed
Yes.
to. I think you need to go find where you dropped your brain, and put it back in because it seemed to have slipped out there for a little bit.
Kind of fell down.
I think I left it on my last job with the Grim Reaper.
Are you sure you didn't leave it at home? Maybe it's still in its jar.
That's a possibility too. Horace and Jasper are idiots, but they really
Hey,
don't care.
just
if they
like
kill
us.
They really don't care if speak for yourself. They really don't care if the puppies are killed or not. They go along with Corella's
I think
plan.
he speaks for the camera.
But unfortunately,
That camera is talking.
Now, unfortunately,
Oh my God,
there
that's
were a
bad, the
few that
camera.
had to be on the cutting room floor. Now, as I said, Anastasia, the other half stepsister, is off the list because she's good. You might be wondering, where the hell's Iago? Well,
Here's an honorable mention.
he's an honorable mention too. Unfortunately, he goes good in the second film.
I thought he
And
was
the-
Thanksgiving dinner.
He's not big enough for that. He's too skinny.
I know.
He's-
You can feed him to a cat, a dog. a
He's
parrot.
evil in the first film. But after that, he's considered a good guy in not just the TV series, but the 2 movies afterwards. He's kind of chaotic neutral. He's more in it for the cash than the killing.
Anti-hero.
And so he's not really a villain. There are other ones that are on this list that are a hell of a lot more evil.
And number 1,
And our number 1 most evil henchman goes to,
the Hyena Trio.
you might, that's what most of you know, but we know him as Shanzi
Banzai and
and
Ed.
These 3 are evil, not just because they follow Scar's plan,
Ed.
but they do.
That's funny.
But
I don't
they
even know
do
if-
something that even most henchmen don't do. Even most heroes technically don't do.
I think Ed
They
was just along
straight-
for the ride.
That would not surprise me.
He's hungry.
These 3 don't just like get away from the villain. They straight up kill their master.
They were hungry.
No, it wasn't just because they were hungry. They were backstabbed, thrown under the bus.
Well,
by
attempted
Scar.
backstab.
And then
It
the
didn't go up.
hyenas are like, screw you. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna throw us under the bus and then try to come back?
No, it don't work like
I'm
that.
sure they ate him anyway, though.
Oh, yeah,
Undoubtedly.
you can straight up see. You can straight up see it from the shadows.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's easy.
So these guys
Ed.
are definite. I don't mind that. Being a giggling fool, gotta be better than working with you two.
I mean, that's you. You are a giggling fool.
Thank you.
Sometimes you
Now
just gotta
these,
lose
now,
your mind.
now these
to
3
find
are
yourself.
ranked so high, and I hope. And if I didn't rank anybody else on here as number 1, I probably would get.
Hey, it's a personal thoughts on the process.
You know, personally,
Everybody's top 10 will be different.
Personally, you know what we didn't talk about?
Hmm?
Remember the hawk
From
Mulan?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
trained. He's trained.
He
I
may
don't really
be
consider
trained,
him-
but he
I
was
don't really
very
consider
cool.
him-
He was very cool.
He was cool, yeah.
We should get a pet hawk when we move out.
Yes.
No,
Hawks.
those things.
Or a falcon.
Those things are gonna be on the roof. Are gonna be outside pets if that's the case. We did find a place. It looks like we're gonna have our new den. So.
And hopefully we'll be able to get a better setup.
Yep.
He has a hard time with pets.
I do not have a hard time.
We
with
just
pets.
spent about half an hour discussing what
Arguing
pet
with
we
each
were
other.
supposed to get.
I prefer cute and cuddly. Okay, cute and cuddly,
Sugar glider.
and not exotic. If you let me finish.
Come on now.
He wouldn't let me get a
They're
bearded
cuddly,
dragon.
They're only they're small.
Do I look like a villain? Do I look like I like reptiles?
Not just because we'd have a pet reptile doesn't mean we're villains.
But do I look like I like reptiles?
If I'm being honest, what do you think, Draconis? I think yes.
I think there is nothing wrong with a bearded dragon.
Agree to disagree. So,
Okay, I say gargoyle gecko. Because
You want
they
one of
only
them
get
ugly
about
ass
this
things?
big. They only get this big.
yeah,
Alright?
but they ugly ass. They make
don't
my
do
face
anything.
look nice.
They don't do anything wrong.
They
Yeah.
just sit there and watch.
I say cat, and he jumps out the window.
Mhm.
Well, he's
I'll do
allergic to
whatever.
cat dandruff.
That's fair.
So
So-
to be fair, no cat's fine, but we couldn't agree on what kind
We're
of
going
dog.
on a tangent, boys. Can we?
We
wrap this
always
up?
go on a tangent.
Yes, but this time I'd like to wrap things up.
Aw,
Having a
you're no
little
fun.
trouble- Yeah, well, we're having a little trouble with the camera setup. So shut the fuck up and let me do the outro. This has been the Gamers Den. I have been Canis Lupus. I hope you guys join us with the next one, and hopefully we'll have a new setup. So better lighting and everything. So this is Leo's behind the camera as usual. And I forget your name, bud. I forget your name again.
Draconis, you idiot.
Don't worry about it.
This
We'll talk
time-
about that kangaroo again later. Like, comment, subscribe.
And go into the comments down below and talk to us, man. Grow our
If-
channel a bit.
If we were to change this list,
We might
we'd
review it
also
at a different
probably
date.
have to change the rules.
Let's face it, guys.
Also, give us your thoughts on your top 10.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. And more than likely, Disney will have other villains with more henchmen.
So we may do this
And-
again
and
another
maybe-
time.
Yep, it will be a couple years from down the road, but more than likely, we'll come back.
Maybe this is just a shot in the dark. Maybe we can get together a list of top 10 like horror characters.
That's
That'll
on
be
our-
something
that's
for
on our
me.
list. That's on our list.
That'll be
That's on our
something
list.
for my horror corner.
And
Yes. Bingo.
Disney Villain
You know I'll
Month
be there.
is just
He knows
beginning.
I'll be there.
And Disney Villain Month is just beginning. So, guys,
Peace out.
So be sure to check out the next entry.